What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So, two of the most common questions that I get here on this channel: one, are we going to see another stimulus check? And number two, will Social Security recipients get any additional relief? Well, I want to address that because both of these questions can actually be answered in this one video. And in this video, we are specifically going to talk about Social Security recipients because what's happening around our country is going to impact those that are collecting this benefit. Now, let's get to some of the recent news, because out today came the new CPI report. Every time we see the CPI report and we know what inflation is, we see a new update from the Senior Citizens League. And today, the Senior Citizens League said and warned that the Social Security cost of living adjustment for 2024 will not be 8.7% like it is currently in 2023. In fact, that was the highest cost of living adjustment we have seen in decades. And now, due to the trajectory of inflation, we could actually see a drastically low cost of living adjustment for 2024. In fact, according to the Senior Citizens League, they are projecting that the cost of living adjustment for 2024 will be just 2.7%. Yes, that is 6% lower than what it currently is in 2023. Now, I know a lot of people are thinking, how in the world are we supposed to pay our bills with just a 2.7% cost of living adjustment? Truth is, you likely won't be able to, which is why there's actually some new legislation coming around. Well, really in the near future, they are trying to get this implemented. But what is this? Well, according to the White House, they're saying that there's been open discussions about innovation in artificial intelligence, okay, AI. Now, they are having these discussions, and they've had these in the past, because innovation over the past few years has actually been taking real people out of their long-time jobs. And I want to address this because this is where stimulus is potentially coming in. This is where the talks regarding Social Security, again, are starting to come back. Listen to this message I received this last week. I want to read this first and then I will address it and what this means moving forward. This person says, "You are right time and time again. I love it. I'm a longtime viewer of your channel and have taken many of your courses. I needed to voice my concern though. I worked for Home Depot for 9 years as an associate/cashier, and my job has been taken from me. I lost my job recently due to self-checkout, and I have a firm belief that many others are going to follow very soon. I've seen self-checkout at locations like grocery stores, home improvement stores, Walmart, Target, inside airports, at the bus station, and recently, my favorite cafe put in a self-checkout stand. What will happen once all of us lose our jobs? Has anybody even thought of what is coming?" Well, here's the answer to that question. The answer is yes. Has anybody thought of what's coming? Yes. Congress has actually talked about this time and time again. We've seen it. Okay? We've heard Congress talk about this, bring this up. We heard Bill Gates talk about this. Elon Musk has brought this up. Many billionaires and CEOs have mentioned this in the past. And again, we've had these discussions more over the past few years simply because of all the innovation that we experienced throughout the pandemic. Well, this is exactly what the White House has been discussing as well, and for good reason. Because they say now might be the time to start to give the American people a guaranteed income payment, or what most people call UBI, or Universal Basic Income. Now, according to recent reports, Congress has talked about providing universal basic income of up to $1,200 per month to very low-income individuals and families. Their goal, though, is not just to, okay, you are making under $250,000, we are going to give you a $1,200 universal basic income payment. No, that's not what's being discussed. What's being discussed is those that are the hardest hit, okay? Those that are really struggling financially, lost their job and have been attempting to get a new job, but nobody's hiring. Those people will be included. People on Social Security that make $25,000 per year, they will be included into this. The goal, though, as of right now, is to set up hundreds and hundreds of small little pilot programs around the United States in the hardest hit states and areas. And then they want to study those individuals and those family members to determine if this additional guaranteed income program, the universal basic income, if this is providing any sort of a boost to their financial situation. Does it improve it? And if it does, how can we do this to the rest of the country? Well, according to the latest reports, here's what lawmakers are discussing or have discussed in the past. Because again, like I said, they've been talking about this for a few years. They say individuals making less than $75,000 would qualify. Couples making less than $150,000 per year would qualify as well. Here's my take on this. First off, $75,000 per individual or $150,000 per couple, that's a very high number. I don't think Republicans would get on board with this. I do believe Republicans could jump on board with this if the numbers are closer to like $75,000 or $45,000 for an individual as opposed to $75,000 and $90,000 for a couple as opposed to $150,000. That is where I believe they could potentially get on board. The problem is, what do Republicans get in exchange, and how does this actually impact the entire country? Because again, where do we get this money? That's the big question. Well, here's what we know. The reality of this situation is that Social Security recipients would likely receive these payments as well. And the reason why is because Congress is trying to figure out ways to help out the Social Security Trust. Okay, think about this for a second. It's quite simple. Due to innovation, and innovation that we've seen over the past few years, and the inclusion of artificial intelligence recently, people are losing their jobs right and left. Okay, and again, I talked about this in the past, and just from the comment, this person that worked at Home Depot for 9 years as a associate slash cashier, they lost their job because of a self-checkout stand. And they're seeing this in grocery stores, home improvement stores, Walmart, Target, airports, bus stations, and their favorite cafe. I've seen it in hospitals. Okay? Here's the thing. People are losing their jobs due to self-checkout, due to innovation. What about artificial intelligence? Okay? In the past, I've employed video editors. I don't really do a whole lot of editing right now, so I don't have anybody. I've employed freelancers for writing, for doing emails, for copywriting, building websites. A lot of this stuff, I can now use artificial intelligence to create articles. Yeah, I can use ChatGPT to go and create an article for me. I can do that. I can then use artificial intelligence to then go take that article that was just written, and it can go and create a video. Not like this, but it could go and create a video. And it could use slides and other things, and it makes it look somewhat professional. And if you didn't know any better, you'd think, oh, great, someone just put in hours and hours of work, when in reality, I spent 10, 15 minutes doing this. Okay? So this is taking people's jobs. But due to the loss of jobs, Social Security is actually losing revenue. And I've brought this up in the past. If we see unemployment go up, the problem is those people that are on unemployment are not paying into the Social Security Trust. They're not paying that Social Security income tax of up to $160,200 per year. So because of that, Social Security is losing benefits. Guess what? A loss of revenue will mean Social Security's trust fund will actually become insolvent much sooner than 2034. And this is why there are many talks emerging now about universal basic income. Because think about it. If the trust fund doesn't remain solvent past 2034, Social Security recipients are going to see an instant 20 to 22% cut on their monthly benefits. Just think, if you make $1,000 per month, that's what you get in Social Security benefits right now. Guess what? If you make $1,000 per month and you see a 22% cut towards your benefit, that means you're only going to get $780. $780 a month as opposed to that $1,000. Okay? That's $220 every single month that you lose simply because this Social Security trust became insolvent because lawmakers couldn't agree on something to make it withstand the test of time and lawmakers pulling money from the programs, all this stuff, right? And so that's part of the issue. But I bring this up because all this stuff goes hand in hand. Right now, the cost of living adjustment could be the lowest it's been in years, okay, for 2024. It could actually go lower than 2.7 as well. We also know that, again, millions of people are expected to go and qualify take early retirement and collect this benefit, okay? So with that said, and if we do end up in a recession, which as of right now, it's unclear if we're going to end up in a recession or not, but if our economy slows down, if we see a lot of pain, a lot of problems, more people will lose their jobs, and as the elderly start to lose their jobs, guess what? They're likely just to go on and collect their Social Security benefit, which would mean less people are working, but more people are collecting the benefit, which would likely mean the Social Security Trust Fund would become insolvent much sooner than 2034. But again, this is why we're having these discussions. There is a possibility of getting universal basic income for Social Security recipients. It could seriously happen. We could see everybody out there get universal basic income. And if that happens, guess what? Social Security recipients would likely see a boost as well. Would they get an additional $1,200 per month? Probably not. But could they get something? Yes, they could. So, just want to keep you up to date on what's going on at this time because, again, these talks, they're fluid, they're fast moving. They go from one area, complete flip to the other side. And it's like, okay, it's $1,200 stimulus checks. No. We need to take $300 per month. These talks are, again, they're always moving, always evolving. I try to keep you up to date on everything that's going on. But again, that is what we know at this time. As always, thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Consider subscribing. I'll see you guys on the next one.